Hi,
going?
welcome in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Oh, you can hold on to that.
Hello, welcome to Friday. We have two stories, one about pain reduction and one about Illinois killing it. We all know the link between marijuana and pain reduction. That has been around since the beginning of medical marijuana being legal in the early 2000s. One thing that we don't actually know is what is causing it, what is actually kind of behind it in the plant. And a lot of people have thought it's the cannabinoids, which is the CBD and the THC, mainly the CBD. And that is mainly correct. However, there is a study that came out recently that shows that maybe it's a bit of an entourage effect. And what that means is that it's more of the entire plant itself working as a whole that is creating the maximal amount of pain reduction. And that would mean that it's not just the cannabinoids, it's also something called the terpenes. And all of us know what the terpenes are, mainly because it's this it's what gives it the aroma and the flavor of the plant. It's kind of what makes it so fun, and so it makes it so skunky when you smell it out in public somewhere. Turns out that the terpenes also have a level of pain reduction within them, and when that is added to the CBD and the THC, it's all even better for that. So it's a fascinating study, because what it shows is that it's not just you can't just isolate CBD and think that you're getting everything out of the plant. It's you kind of have to take the entire plant as a whole, and without that you're not getting the most. It's not optimal. It makes you think in terms of vaping, in terms of edibles, in terms of any other way that we kind of consume cannabis. The ultimate way is always going to be smoking the plant, smoking the flower.
I want to smoke weed.
Now we're going to go over to Illinois, because they had announced two things today, both showing just how much they are raking in the cash from the sales of marijuana in that state. This year, particularly 2021, they're expected to surpass $1 billion in sales, in marijuana sales. That's not tax revenue, but that's sales. Still a huge amount. California has been doing that, but Illinois reaching that is insane, and they have already surpassed the amount of alcohol sales. So marijuana is surpassing alcohol. It's incredible. It's saying a lot about where we are as a country when it comes to marijuana. But what they have done today in two different ways, they have finally opened up over 100 more marijuana licenses in the state, and those are specifically going to people who have been affected by the war on drugs. So it's not going to the white guys that or at least the state has been dealing with almost exclusively since marijuana licenses have been given. So this is going to be a lottery system, and it's going exclusively to people who have been mainly minorities and people from communities who have been dealing with the war on drugs. So that's a great thing. Finally, that's opening up. It was announced a while ago. It's taken a while, I guess, to start up. Another thing that they announced today is that $3.5 million of the weed revenue is going specifically towards violence prevention. And that is summer violence prevention, because that's when kind of the upticks in the state reach its highest peaks. $3.5 million are going to grants that are going to different, organizations. Some of the organizations are, let me see, Free Lunch Academy, The Outlet, and Youth with a Positive Direction, and among others. But this is great. It's just giving us more and more kind of behind the scenes views of where this money is actually going. And 3.5 is nothing compared to the larger scale amount that they've raked in. So they have a program called the 3 R's. It is Restore, Reinvest, and Renew. And the idea behind the program is that 25% of the tax revenue that the state gets from marijuana is going back to the communities that have been affected by the war on drugs. This is a much smaller fraction of that. It was announced earlier this year that $31.5 million was given back to these communities. So 3.5 is specifically getting targeted to the violence. great news overall. This is exactly what we want to see, especially on a national level, and it's going to show other states what they can do with the money and how to do it. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see. Yeah, and that's pretty much it today. I'm in Los Angeles, and we're going back to a mask mandate tomorrow, so screw me. We'll be back on Monday with some more stories. See you then.
After a long day train spotting in the sun, this is exactly what I needed. Thanks!